welcome to the 24-hour readathon. Let's make a coffee and get started. We are 2 hours in and I finished my first book. I was already about halfway through Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. I had like mixed feelings about it at that 50% mark, but I was like, I gotta see this through because I'm intrigued enough. So let's do a little synopsis, because if you've been watching my Vlogmas, I've talked about this, but this is now a normal vlog. It is set, at least book one, at this university. It's not really university like focus driven. Like, yes, you have some scenes in the classroom, but that's not a heavy setting, which I was kind of worried about because that's not generally the books I gravitate towards. But you are following our main female character, who is the daughter of Odin, sent to essentially wake up a giant and get Thor's hammer back. You have our main male character, said giant, and then you have her. That's like our love story as well. It got better and better. I love like the Avengers. I actually just binged season 2 of Loki. So good. You have kind of that storyline in this book, and I am way more excited about the next book because I want to get into the world of these gods and giants and just like outside of the academic setting. It just doesn't mix in my head, but I liked it. I really enjoyed the ending. We had a couple like plot twists and interesting things revealed to us that I was like, the gasp I gasped. I was shook, and that made me like very excited for the next book. Book 1 done, and I get a mark it on Goodreads. It is currently December 28th. I wanted to do this 24-hour readathon because I am at 97 books for the year and I desperately want to hit 100. My goal for the year was 75, so we got that, we checked the box, but seeing 97, I'm determined to read 3 books before the end of the year, and what better way to do that than a 24-hour readathon? So now that it's about 10 o'clock, I'm gonna go ahead and actually make breakfast. I only had coffee this morning, so I'm gonna make breakfast and then we're gonna pick our next read. I just realized I'm out of a few essential groceries and I had a couple returns to make, so I just ran to Staples, made those returns, and then I'm gonna go to Target for just those few items so that we can also check out the book section, because there's a couple books I have my eye on, and if they have them, that'd be perfect for the readathon. Everyone was standing. It is much later than I would like it to be. I think it's about 11:30 now, so I don't know where the last hour and a half went, but when I went to Staples to make a couple of those returns, I also picked up my order for pictures for the junk journal. So I'm thinking this could be really good when I want a break from physically reading and I can just listen to an audiobook and cut these out. That's my main goal. We'll see if I actually get some junk journaling done. I would love it, but at minimum, we've got to cut these out. And then I went to Target, picked up those things, and when I came home, I left Milo in the living room sleeping. Came home to him not sleeping. He had gotten into a couple of my like recycling things, like some paper bags and boxes, and had ripped some of them up. So I had to take the time to clean up that stuff. I also had a HelloFresh box delivered, which I knew was coming, but it was an accident. I meant to skip and I forgot. Put that stuff away. Throw away a few Target items. The book I picked out, Direbound. I am nervous and excited about this. So many of my peers that I typically like align with like ratings and likes and dislikes, it's been mixed. I feel like some of them have loved this book, given it 5 stars, and some have literally DNF'd it. So I am scared, but I actually have high hopes. I am at my core a vibe reader. So if I go into this just like I'm here for the vibes, I think I'm really gonna enjoy it. So I went ahead and picked up a physical copy. I have the audiobook from Libro FM, and then I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I could get the ebook if I end up wanting to put down the physical, but this is the next book that we're getting into. I'm gonna go ahead and make a matcha, settle back on the couch, maybe I'll get a snack. I'm not terribly hungry because I did have breakfast before we left, but we'll see. It could be nice to have a little something to just like snack on while we get started on our next book. I've stopped the timer. We're about 3.5 hours into this challenge, and I have a reading update for you guys. I'm on page 135, which is about 25% in. So I want to give my initial thoughts. Now, I knew nothing about this book before picking it up. I only knew dire wolves and maybe vampires. So I went into it pretty blind. Now, I did just skim the back to make sure anything I talk about is already revealed to you. So we're following Marin, who is a commoner, a part of the lower class, and in her community, we are witnessing so many young girls being taken by what they believe is the group from the vampires that they are at like a 500-year-long war with in another kingdom. So Marin decides she's gonna enlist in the military to go to the front lines and hopefully find her sister. Wonderful plan. However, it does go awry when she happens to enter at the time of the bonding trials, which is where elite warriors bond with a dire wolf and you have to go through this whole trials process. Yeah, so she is now at a castle for 4 months to do more trials, strengthen that bond, do that training. I fear this is going to derail the plans of finding her sister. But also, where are all these young girls? Where are they going? Like, we have that mystery underlying this. And so I'm very curious how this is going to go. We do have the problem of the fact that, you know, Marin really didn't want to bond with a wolf. She just wanted to go straight to the front lines. We have the wolf that bonded with her that doesn't want to communicate with her. And I can see just from the beginnings of this that there are so many bloodthirsty people out there that just want to prove themselves and prove like their strength. And like, it's kind of like Fourth Wing, where so many people were just killed because they were considered like a weakling. When you have these different kind of houses within this castle of the different like alpha groups and all of that, you want your pack to be the strongest. And so you do have to prove your strength. And I think this lack of communication is definitely going to be a strong point in the book. And so I'm curious to see how that develops and how that, I guess, progresses. We do have a main male character mentioned on the back. His name is Stark, which is one of the like alphas and one of the instructors. I'm very curious. I think he's just given the broody signs. They haven't interacted directly. They've seen each other like across the room, and he has like looked at her, but's given like indifference, or he's just like, yeah, like doesn't care. I don't know. I'm curious to see what their like direct interactions are going to be like. I have a lot of questions, so we're going to see how this continues on, but I am liking it so far, and I feel like I am like flying through it, and I'm engaged. Since like chapter 1, I've been pretty like, what's going on? I want to learn more. So that's a strong start. Let's continue reading.
I left the hall light on in case you come back home.
Was anyone gonna tell me? The gasp, I just gasped. Like, okay, I'm at the end of chapter 15. We just had something like revealed to us. No one was gonna say anything. I'm scared about what's coming next, but I like this book. I have just paused the timer. We have practically 19 hours left. We've read for a little over 5 hours, essentially. I'm making progress. I'm now 50% into Direbound. Here's what I have to say. We have this romance thing going on here, but I know that this romance is walking so the next one can run. I know the end game, and I'm here for it, and I'm waiting patiently. Any like lack of connection I feel with what I'm reading, I'm okay with it, because one, the overall plot line and like the extra bits like are well worth it. Like, I'm so invested in like the main story, but I also know like they aren't end game, and I'm pleased to feel that to my core. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm on chapter 27, page 270. Bestie Milo has been with me for the last little bit, just sleeping. I haven't gotten like real sleepy yet. A little over 3 hours of this book left. So I know here in like an hour and a half, within the next 2 hours for sure, I'm gonna have to stop to feed Milo, and then I'll probably make myself dinner. So I'll have like a little break then, because I think with this book, I'm really enjoying the hybrid read of just like sitting with the audio and physically reading. I don't really want to just listen to the audio, so I'd rather like pause the timer and then like just come back to it. Let's see how this ends, because like I think the slow burn that we're getting, it's giving like the Mariana Zapata, where I'm like, are we gonna like touch hands by page 450? And like that's gonna be like a little moment that I'm like, oh, yes. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this book. It's a little after 5:30 and I'm ready to get back into reading. I paused the timer to go feed Milo some dinner, and when I was feeding him, I realized I'm actually a little hungry, so I made something quick and easy for myself. And so I paused the timer with 17 hours and 39 minutes left, but I have my Olipop crisp apple all year round. It's my favorite, so good. I'm ready to get back into reading. So I am 66% of the way into Direbound, and I'm really enjoying this. We have seen this like event happen that resulted in like a shift with our characters and like who's interacting with who, and I'm really loving this new kind of interaction we're seeing with our main character and someone else, and I'm just like eating it up and wanting more of that. I feel like that relationship and that connection is where we're gonna learn so much more about what's going on. I feel like there are so many secrets that we have yet to learn and get revealed to us, and I'm ready. I'm hoping we get like a couple more maybe in this book, and then maybe we see in the next one kind of how those change our dynamics across the kingdom, across the military side, across the relationships with our main character. Like, I'm just really enjoying it. I'm liking where it's going, and I can't wait to finish this book. That's it for now. I'm getting back on the couch, guys. I know in past readathons, I have heavily emphasized you need to change your scene in order to like make it through a readathon, but my couch has been so comfortable and like not, oh, I want to curl up and fall asleep comfortable. Now, granted, we are getting into the evening where it's dark now, so we'll see if that shifts, but I don't really want to go into my room and like read on the giant like beanbag chair or my bed, because I've been so good about just going to my room when it's bedtime. And I feel like that shift has allowed me to like sleep well generally, and like I don't want to go in there and then have my brain think it's like time for bed. I know I'll have to eventually so Milo can like really rest tonight, but I'm trying to hold off as long as I can. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get on the couch, finish Direbound, and then maybe we'll like move to the table and like cut out the pictures or something. I don't know, but for now, we're getting back on the couch. I have finished Direbound. We have 15 hours and 30 minutes left. It is about 8 o'clock. Oh my gosh. The last like 15% of that was just like hit after hit after hit. It was really good. Some of the like reveals I expected, and then some stuff was new, or it was just like, oh, I didn't expect it to be revealed that way, or like anything that I predicted. It was not something that felt like, oh, well, that's so easily predictable, like that's annoying. It's more like, this is likely the situation, and how is this going to be revealed, and what is that going to mean for like the progression of the story. I love some of the like resolution we had from problems and mysteries that were in this, but then you see how this is going to be a problem, and we are excited for book 2. I am yearning for book 2. I think I'm going to take a little break and see if Milo wants to go out. He's been cuddled up on the couch, and I don't want to wake him or force him to go out if he doesn't have to yet, but I also just kind of want to give him some love and attention, because he's been such a good pup all day and allowing me to just like rot and read, and he's just been great. So I'll take a little break and then I'll come back and we'll pick our next book. I had a nice little break, and now I'm ready to get back into reading. I took some time to cuddle with Milo. I took him outside, and I came back in so hot, so I was like, let's change into some new pajamas now, which just means new comfy pants, and then this t-shirt, which I love. It's from Rebel and Fleur, and it says "do it for the plot" on the back. Iconic. So I'll probably be cold within 30 minutes, but we'll take it for now. I was going through my physical TBR because that is something I want to continue to prioritize in the new year, and I came across Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Now, this is a book that I just randomly picked up while book shopping in Barnes. I think when I was in DC. I love to do that. I love to just like go into Barnes, browse through the books, and pick up something that I've never heard of before, but like I pick it up, I read the back, and I'm like, that sounds good. So this is a duology, and it says, just the top, the last night of the year, now the days of winter begin, and the Goblin King rides abroad searching for his bride. From what I've gathered here without just reading the full synopsis, is we have our main female character that has just heard horror stories about this king, and she's kind of grown up very just like a kid with your youth and your dreams, and she is running or helping run her family in, and one day her sister is taken by the king, and so she has no choice but to journey to the underground to save her sister, and then she's drawn to the strange, captivating world she finds and the mysterious man who rules it. I think it is like a gothic fantasy, which I'm very excited to see just like how this is, because I have never read anything by this author. I've heard no reviews about this book, and I just want to go into it as blind as I can be in that sense. So let's get into this after I make a drink and a snack. Oh, I love you. Who am I to deny you, Milo? I just wanted you to be able to see the timer. I made some tea. This is just black tea, I believe, and then I add a little bit of sugar because I want to. So we'll see how he does out here, because I would love to avoid my room as much as possible. But if he gets super restless and like keeps waking up and moving around, then I think we'll go to my room, which will be the end of me for sure. Okay, I have my snack, I have my tea, I have my book. I hit play on the timer, so let's keep going. Mwah.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly.
So I may have decided to get ready for bed. I just brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I put a little cute pimple patch on. But here's why. I think I'm getting sick, and I'm at least at risk of getting sick. A couple days ago, I had like a little sore spot in my throat, but I had like a cough drop, a little like medicine shot kind of thing, and I felt better the next day. I'm feeling it again, and I'm fear like I am just on that cusp of getting sick or not. And if I stay up as late as I wanted to tonight, which I was hoping for like 2 a.m., I know I could not do a 24 hours straight. I'm just not there. I haven't done something like that in a long time, but I would love to work my way up to that and do a successful challenge in 2026. But I just think if I stay up as late as I want to, and then knowing I'm gonna have to get up early because of Milo, like I'm gonna not give my body the rest it needs. And I'm gonna be like sick for sure tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go to bed and just rest, and we'll continue this in the morning, but I can at least give you a reading update now. So I am 18% of the way into the book, and I am really enjoying it. I feel like something that this book doesn't tell you on the back that I feel like makes it even better to know is she grew up with this Goblin King story, right? Like her grandma is telling her this, and like you're growing up with this like, oh, this is a bad person, right? But like as a kid, you're also like playing make-believe in the backyard, and you're like conjuring these stories, and like she grew up playing with the Goblin King. Like she grew up conjuring these stories with him, playing with him outside, and now she's 18 years old. He has come and taken her sister, and she is striking up a bargain to get her sister back. And he is someone that is like Loki. Like he is like the god of mischief, and he's a liar. One thing about him is he's a liar, but he's also just something that brings so much fun to the story, because you're like anticipating what he has done to just like jeopardize this and make it hard for our main character to get her sister back. So I'm really enjoying how that's starting. We have really just started that journey of her getting her sister back, but I have loved like the musical part of this. I feel like that's going to play a role in the future of the book. And then you also get like guides and stuff in the back, because there's like a German undertone to it at least woven in, and like there's phrases used. I'm going off of vibes and context clues, but there is a guide if you want to know some of the phrases and like what they mean. I'm just really enjoying it. It's like an element of Rachel Gillig's writing, not necessarily that full immersive atmosphere that she gives in her stories, but like the essence, the tone, it's here, that gothic fantasy tone. So I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to continue it. I'm just gonna choose to not guarantee sickness in the morning. So hopefully I feel good in the morning and we can continue this readathon. Good morning, it's the next day. I don't feel down for the count sick, so yay, but I also don't feel 100%. So it's lingering there, waiting to see what decisions I make. So I'm gonna take the excuse to just rot back on the couch today and continue this readathon. I have the oven preheating to bake a croissant, and I'm debating on if I want to make a hot cup of coffee or a hot tea. I'm leaning towards coffee because like it just sounds like a warm hug that I want to snuggle up on the couch with right now. Once that is in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, we'll get to reading. So in the meantime, while it finishes preheating, let's make a cup of coffee. Okay guys, we have my extra comforter. We have emotional support animal. Oh, Milo just looked at me. Do you want to come up here? I didn't, like, you're my real emotional support animal. But honestly, I don't know who supports who more at this stage in our relationship, but I love you. I love this thing though. It's a weighted stuffed animal. It's perfect. I did have to do a little bit of work on another video, so I filmed all the things I want to film for that today, and now I have reheated up my coffee. I have my ice water. I have my container of medicine. Lo-fi is on. let's get back into it.
Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things.
I have paused the timer with 12 hours and 45 minutes left. I'm here to give you an update now that I am a little over halfway through Winter Song. I'm really enjoying it. It's not like a 5-star feeling, but I feel like if you are missing Rachel Gillig in her gothic fantasy novels, this is a good one. At this point in the story, I'm curious what's supposed to happen for the remainder, because where we're at now is where I thought we would kind of be at the end of book 1. Remember, this is a duology, so I'm curious what's supposed to happen in the second half to set us up for whatever the second book is supposed to be. I feel like our main character is kind of going through it with the sister side, the king side. What is she supposed to do? And she's kind of like battling her own self-worth and things that she wants and her ability to just like let herself want something. She has the eldest daughter syndrome, and it is giving me that like gothic fantasy, but it's not like as atmospheric as Rachel Gillig, so I don't want to say that and have you expect all that those books are. But I feel like if you are missing those vibes, this is a really good one to pick up. I mean, we'll see how it rounds up, but I'm having a really good time with it. I'm gonna go ahead and make myself basically a second breakfast because I'm gonna make a like bagel breakfast sandwich. I had half of the croissant and then like I just got distracted, I guess, but I'm in the mood for something that has a bit more substance. And I made sure yesterday when I went to the store, I got more bagels and some more cheese. So I love it. It's a turkey bacon, egg and cheese sandwich on a bagel. So let's go ahead and make that. I'm gonna continue to listen to this because at this point I feel very like immersed and settled and comfortable into the story that I don't think I have to listen to the audio and physically read in order to like catch what's going on. I feel like I can just listen to it. So let's make a sandwich and listen to this book. Finished Winter Song, and I had an incredible time with the story. The second half did not let me down, and if anything, I really want to pick up the second book in this duology. I feel like I'm not going to do that now, but I will definitely pick it up early in the new year. It was just incredible. I had a really good time with this story. I'm going to look up this author to see what other work that she has because I feel like I just really enjoyed her storytelling. Again, it reminded me like the essence of Rachel Gillig and her writing and her storytelling, but they're not the same. But I feel like if you like one, then you'll like the other kind of thing. And I love the way that this ended because it wasn't on a cliffhanger. I feel like we had a conclusion to this, yet if you want more, there's gonna be a second book where this story just gets better and we have a new adventure to go on, and I'm definitely wanting to read it soon. We have our timer stopped as well. 10 hours and 39 minutes left. I don't know which book I want to pick up next. I feel like at this point, usually like I'm sick of fantasy, but like I'm having a great time. I'm having a really good time with fantasy, and I don't know if I want to switch to something different. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like look at my Libby, look at my Kindle Unlimited, like just kind of see what options we have, because I know the ones that I'm seeing that I have like are not fantasy, and I just don't think I'm in the mood for that right now. So we'll see. I'll look at my physical TBR as well and just find something to read next. I've picked our next read. We are starting Our Vicious Oaths by Annie Davenport. I haven't read anything by this author before, but I see that she is a sci-fi fantasy author, and she already has out the Blood Gift duology along with a couple YA novels, so if I like this, then maybe I can check out the duology. This came out in October, and I really haven't seen many reviews on it, even though this cover screams all of the sci-fi fantasy books that I see always flooding my bookstagram, so I'm hoping I really enjoy this. I'm not going to read the full synopsis because that's a lot, but I'll read the like top little bit. It says, a warrior princess and a vengeful king from rival Fae court form a fierce alliance to take down a merciless despot, which is a ruler, in this journey of powerful magic, enemies to lovers, romance, and political intrigue from award-winning author N.E. Davenport. So that's the vibes. That's what we're walking ourselves into. Let's get started. Okay, So I have my first reading update on Our Vicious Oaths. I think I am about 25% of the way into it. I'm on page 130, so I'm a good chunk of the way into this book. I'm debating on at least like a softie enough for this readathon. This is like the 100th book I'm reading. Whatever I put into Goodreads next is my 100th book, which is what I'm trying to achieve here before 2025 ends. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not vibing with it. I feel like it's super wordy. I don't really know what we have accomplished in the first 130 pages. I haven't really felt the chemistry and like connection with our two main love interests, and like, I don't know if this is just like right now. I need something that is not like quick and easy, but something where like I feel that connection early. I'm intrigued with like what's going on and I'm invested now. And I just think like this is not that at this stage. So I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna heat up my tea that I made because that's probably cold at this point. And I'm going to think about if there's another book I should just pick up. We still have 9 hours and 3 minutes left on the timer, so plenty of time to finish a new book. Maybe that's in our best interest. I will say, I think I was also getting a little just like sleepy and tired. Again, I don't feel 100%, so I'm thinking I'm gonna stop for an hour, RIP to the timer. I'm gonna watch a YouTube video and like relax and think about a new book that I wanna read. Maybe I'll put up a poll on Instagram. So I'm gonna find 2 books, I think. I'm gonna find 2 books that I'd be interested in picking up next, and we'll see which one Instagram chooses. I'm ready to get back into reading. I had a nice little break. I cooked dinner, which I actually like cooked a dinner. I chose one of the HelloFresh recipes that came in this week. I chose creamy pesto cavatappi with burrata, and it was delicious. I was just proud of myself for like cooking a full dinner, and it was like a good choice for my throat because I was like, I need something like softer. I don't want like a soup. This was great. I put up the poll on my story, which we're gonna check here in a minute, but I chose In the Veins of the Drowning and For the Wolf. So both of my physical TBR. I've heard good things about this. I haven't heard many reviews about this. This is one that I just picked up while browsing in a bookstore one day, so we'll see what the poll says. But before I check it, I want to go ahead and make some hot cocoa. I just put some milk on the stove, so we're going to heat that up, and I have my hot cocoa packet. I have marshmallows. I have peppermint. I think it's cold foam. Perfect. It's like better than whipped cream. You know, like there's a difference. I like the cold foam. It's so good. So once I make that, we'll sit on the couch and we'll check the poll. Buried under all this peppermint mocha cold foam, there are marshmallows, I guarantee you. Exactly what I needed. I've just been like rotating on hot drinks and my water bottle all day. Just like as soon as I stop drinking like a hot drink and it's been like 30-45 minutes, I start to feel that sore throat kind of come back. So I'll debate tomorrow if I should get true medicine. Like I don't have any more like Dayquil, NyQuil, which I live on when I'm sick, so might have to get some tomorrow if this lingers. Let's look at my poll. In the Veins of Drowning winning. Go ahead and continue this timer and continue this readathon. You can't see him as well as you should be able to. Hello. Mwah. I'm sorry if any of you have dogs that also growl at other dogs on the TV. Because Milo does that all the time. I won't even be paying attention. All of a sudden he's growling. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, someone else is showing their dog. I'm 25% of the way into this book, and this is exactly what I needed and what I was looking for. I love the pacing, I love the writing, I love the plot, I love the chemistry between our two main characters. I am so glad that I went ahead and put down the other book and picked this up because I am heavily invested. Only 25% in, but I cannot wait for the rest of this book. No spoilers here. Anything I talk about is revealed to you in the synopsis. So we are following our main female character, Imogen, who is essentially a siren and hiding in this kingdom where they think sirens are bad. They are hunting and killing them. And she's literally a princess betrothed to the captain of the guard, whose entire job is to hunt and kill sirens. Now, during this betrothal, a king from a neighboring kingdom is visiting, and he's like, I know you. She's like, we've literally never met. But between the chaos of her kind of revealing herself as a siren to a few key people, her and that king strike up a deal, but also a blood bond to protect them both. But they're striking up this deal to essentially get her out, and he also thinks that she can protect them or save them from an even greater monster. So we haven't gotten to that part in the book yet, but we do see that on the back in the synopsis. So essentially, at this point in the book, we have escaped her kingdom, and we are now going to be traveling to his. So I'm sure that we are going to be fighting the fact that they are going to be growing this like desire and attraction towards each other, and they're gonna have to figure out like, are we gonna sever this blood bond, or do like I kind of like you, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to continue this. We have 7 hours and 45 minutes left on this timer, and it's about 7 p.m. so I have no intention of pulling an all-nighter, but I would love to continue this for at least a couple of more hours. We'll see how tired I end up getting. So yeah, let's continue in the veins of the drowning. This is our last day. It has to be. I'm still not feeling great, but I did have work stuff to do all day. So it is now 3 p.m. and we are gonna finish this 5-hour timer. I think I only have about an hour left for In the Veins of Drowning, so I am on part 3. I definitely just like sat and read last night until about 10:30 or so, and then I know I only had an hour left, but I was like, I need to get good sleep because I'm not feeling good. Let's go ahead, lock in, and finish this book. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I have to wait until July for the next book? I am so glad that I picked this up, but I am so upset that I have to wait 6 months for the next book. It's like 7 months, really. Even worse. This was absolutely incredible. If you are wanting to start out your year with a bingeable, addictive book full of yearning, this is your one. And then we can go through the pain together of waiting for the next book for 7 months. Okay, well, we have 4 hours and 20 minutes left on the timer. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what book I want to read next. I want to find one that I can finish in that time. So I don't want to pick a hefty one. So let me go see what I have, and then I will come back when we are ready to start our next book. I am ready to start our final book of the readathon. I have 4 hours and 20 minutes left, and I think I can finish this book in that allotted time. We are going to go with The Curse of Ophelia. This is the first book in a 5-book series. It is a completed series. The 5th book came out this past year, so I love to hear that because I feel like I have started so many series where I'm on book 1 or 2 and we're waiting for the next book to come out. I love that I can dive into this and have a completed series to work through. Let's see if I can finish this book with 4 hours and 20 minutes left. I've already chugged more than half of this matcha, but it's the exact support I need right now. Look at my little helper that's gonna help me recap all the books we read in this readathon. We read 5 books in this readathon, so I'm gonna go through each of them and give my rating and final thoughts. We kicked off this readathon with Fallen Gods. I'd already read about half of it before the readathon, so we wrapped this up pretty quickly. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed the main plot point, and I'm excited for book 2. I wasn't super invested with the characters a majority of the time, but by the end, I was really excited to see what was coming next, and I'm so glad that despite it being in a university setting, that wasn't the forefront of the book, and it didn't feel like it was juvenile because of that. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely looking forward to book 2. And then we picked up Direbound. Direbound, I'm giving this 4.25. It felt like it needed more than 4 because I really had a great time, but it wasn't quite the 4.5s that I have been reading throughout the year. I was so pleasantly surprised by this book. I mentioned it when I was reading, but so many of my peers that I align with had been giving this mixed reviews. Some DNF'd it, some gave 5 stars. I had no idea what to expect. I loved the mysteries in this, the political intrigue. I really enjoyed our characters. I just have to say that I know I am here for the end game with the romance, and so I didn't love the romance in this, but I know it's only going to get better in book 2, and I love the breadcrumbs that we got. But I think more importantly, I enjoyed the world, the connection with the dire wolves, going through all of the bonding that was necessary to strengthen the packs. I loved so much of this, so I am very excited for book 2 this year. Next up, we read Winter Song. Now this is book 1 in a duology. I'm giving this one 4 stars. I had a great time with this one. It reminded me so much of the gothic essence of Rachel Gillig and her duologies, and I just feel like if you like Rachel Gillig, you will enjoy this. It is not the same extreme atmosphere that Rachel Gillig puts us in, but I feel like I had a great time with the story and the world and the setting. I love that this one, despite it being a duology, could be a standalone. You could read this and kind of get a complete, beautiful story, but if you want more from our characters, you want to see what could come next with them, then you get the second book in the duology, which I will definitely be picking up in early 2026. I have to mention it, we attempted Our Vicious Oaths. I read 135 pages, I believe, and I just wasn't connecting to the story, the characters. It felt very wordy. I didn't really know what I accomplished in the first 130 pages, so I don't know if it was just the wrong time, but maybe I'll pick this back up in the future. To get me out of that, we picked up In the Veins of the Drowning, and I am utterly obsessed with this book. It didn't quite give the 5-star feeling. It's a feeling, I can't explain it, so I'm giving it 4.75 because it was so close. I binged this. I mean, hello's Readathon, but I mean, I was flying through it. I was locked in. I never wanted to put it down. I was obsessed with the political side, the main plots with our main characters, the yearning, the mysteries, the secrets. I loved everything that was revealed to us and the journeys we went on in this book. So I'm very much looking forward to book 2. We started with my Kindle. We ended with my Kindle. I picked up A Curse of Ophelia and I was able to finish this book with the exact amount of time we had left. I was very excited. I think I'm giving this 3.5 stars. I had a really good time by the end. I mean, I was enjoying it throughout, but I wasn't really invested. I didn't find myself caring a whole lot, but I was definitely entertained the whole time. And I think this is another one where I fear the romance we get in book 1 nothing to do with the remainder of the series. So I just know the series is going to get better and better and better. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. Giving it 3.5. I mean, that's still a good rating. I still had a good time with it, but I have hopes that this series is going to blossom into a 5-star overall experience. I'm definitely picking up the next book. It is a 5-book series that is complete as of this year. So very excited to continue it. Let's go over some quick stats. So we know I read 5 books, but what I'm most shocked by is they were all fantasy. In past readathons, I have heavily encouraged the fact that you need a variety of anything and everything that you're doing, whether or not it's genre, the size of the book, how you're consuming it, if that's audio only, physical only, hybrid. Like, you just need to change up what you're doing to get through a readathon like that. It doesn't matter how you're doing it. If it's 12 hours for 2 days, 24 hours straight, the timer method, it is such a large amount of reading in a short amount of time that it can very much feel like a burnout by the end. And I was just shocked that I never felt that with this genre. And the size of the books, they're all pretty large in size. I just think the plots were different enough that I didn't feel that burnout or feel the need to, just switch up how I'm reading or what I'm reading. So I read a total of 2,359 pages, which feels like such a large amount, and I'm very proud of that. I was so locked in. I really wanted to reach 100 books for 2025, and I ended up with 101 books. So I did include the 135 from Our Vicious Oaths that we DNF'd because I read that. We're counting it. All in all, this was very successful. I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you got some recommendations. If you have not read any of these books, I hope that I encourage you to pick them up, maybe minus Our Vicious Oaths. But maybe let me know if you read it and you enjoyed it, and I just need to restart it, be in a different mindset. Maybe it gets better around page 200. I don't know, but let me know if I'm wrong for DNFing it. And then if you've read any of these others, please let me know your thoughts. Of course, spoiler free. If you want to talk spoilers, my DMs on Instagram are always open. But guys, I had so much fun with this. It was a perfect way to end the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.